These two timelines represent what the Bible teaches, the biblical worldview of history, as opposed to the evolution or humanist worldview of history. These two timelines are not the same scale. The Bible teaches God made the world about 6,000 years ago. The evolutionists teach 20 billion years ago there was a Big Bang. Both views are religious. The difference is the evolution religion is text supported. That's the difference. And by the way, they couldn't survive without text support. So you can get thousands of people together for a church service on Sunday. You cannot get thousands of humanists together at their own expense for any kind of service. Run an ad in the biggest newspaper you can find. Atheist meeting tomorrow night. 4 people will show up. See, they can't spread their religion the way we do. They have to spread their religion at our expense. They want you to pay to spread yours, and they want you to pay to spread theirs. And that's why they've chosen to get it into the schools, where we all have to pay for it. Evolution is a tax-supported religion. It is nothing more. If somebody says, oh, evolution is not a religion, it's part of science. Well, I've had a long time standing offer. For about 10 years now, I've been offering $10,000 to anybody with any scientific evidence for evolution. It's on the back of my business card. It's on all my printed stationery. I don't make the offer because I'm looking for a fight. I'm not looking for a fight. I'm like the Quaker that said, sir, I would not harm thee for the world, but thou art standing where I'm about to shoot. I'm sick and tired of them using my tax dollars to spread their religion in our school system. They ought to get it out. They ought to go start their own school system and teach evolution. Whoever wants to pay and come learn it. That's what they ought to be doing. But they tell the kids the earth is billions of years old, and that's just propaganda. Now, these two timelines are not the same scale. On the top timeline, every inch is 150 years. 150 years is a long time, folks. Abe Lincoln was not even president 1 inch ago. Columbus was running around trying to find this place right here. If I was to make this 20 billion year timeline the same scale as this one, just this chart would have to be 2,100 miles long to represent the same scale. I don't want to carry a chart that big, so I made a new scale for this one. That's all the way from Pensacola to Portland, Oregon. Anyway, these two charts are not the same scale, but I've got them together. So the professor said he did not know where the matter came from. I said, well, sir, second question. Can you tell me, where did the laws come from? The universe is governed by laws. Gravity, centrifugal force, inertia. Who's the lawgiver? He said, well, we don't know that. I said, well, sir, where did the energy come from? It takes energy to make something move. You know, who bought the gas to run this machine anyway? He said, well, we don't know that either. I said, sir, could I ask you another question? He said, sure. What else would you like to know? I thought, else? What do you mean else? You haven't told me nothing yet. I said, sir, does Berkeley, where you teach, have a merry-go-round? How many of you know what a merry-go-round is? You go round, round, round till you puke. You've been on them before? He said, no, we don't have a merry-go-round at Berkeley. I said, you ought to get one. Man, you could learn some good science on a merry-go-round. If you put 6 fourth graders on a merry-go-round, any fourth graders in here this morning? Where's in 4th grade? All right. Man, I like 4th graders. I spent the best 5 years of my life in 4th grade. We're going to put some 4th graders on the merry-go-round, and we're going to get the high school football team out there to get it spinning clockwise as fast as it will possibly go. Now, if you have a digital watch, you may not know what clockwise means. See me later, I'll explain that. We're going to spin the merry-go-round clockwise. The kids are going to go through 4 phases in this experiment. They start off in phase 1. They'll be screaming and yelling at the football players. Come on, let's go, faster, faster, can't you go any faster? You get up around 30 miles an hour. The kids enter phase 2. That's where they stop screaming. They just quietly concentrate on trying to hang on for dear life. You get up around 60 miles an hour and the kids enter phase 3. That's where they start screaming again. Only now they're screaming, stop, stop, please slow down. Don't stop though, keep going faster and faster and faster. When you get to about 100 miles an hour, you should enter phase 4. Phase 4 is where the kids begin to fly off the merry-go-round. Now when this happens, you will notice a very interesting phenomena of physics. If the merry-go-round is going clockwise, when the kid flies off, the kid will be spinning clockwise until he encounters resistance, like a tree or telephone pole. That's because of a law known as the conservation of angular momentum. You see, if a spinning object breaks apart in a frictionless environment, which the Big Bang would have been, all the matter in one dot, no friction anyplace. If a spinning object breaks apart, the pieces that fly off will spin the same direction because the outside is moving faster than the inside. The professor said, yes, I know about the conservation of angular momentum. I said, well, good, sir. Would you answer me a question then, please? If the whole universe began as a swirling dot, Big Bang, shouldn't everything be spinning the same way? He said, yes. I said, well, it's not. We have 2 planets for sure, possibly 3. They don't know about Pluto. But 2 for sure spin backwards. Why? He said, that's interesting. I said, no, sir, that's more than interesting. That's pretty hard on your Big Bang theory. I said, sir, not only that, at least 6 of the moons spin backwards in the solar system. Why? He said, I don't know. Why do you think they're going backwards? I was hoping he was going to ask that. I said, well, sir, I believe it's very simple. I believe in the beginning God created the heaven and the earth. And he did it that way on purpose just to make the Big Bang theory look stupid. It is stupid. It's certainly not science. Now, I do believe in the Big Bang, folks. The Bible teaches the Big Bang. In 2 Peter chapter 3, it says, the heavens shall pass away with a great noise. In the original Greek, that's Big Bang. So there used to be a Big Bang, or there's going to be a Big Bang, but it hasn't happened yet. So kids, if you go to school and some teacher says, do you believe in the Big Bang? You should say, yes, I do, and you better get saved and get ready for it. The Big Bang is coming soon to a city near you. Now, the second law of thermodynamics tells us everything tends toward disorder. Everything is falling apart. Nothing gets better by itself. If you leave things alone for a while, they rot, rust, break down, die, they fall apart. Nothing gets better automatically. The Bible teaches that in Hebrews chapter 1. The heavens are the works of thy hands, they shall perish. They wax old as doth a garment. Nothing gets better without work. Input, energy input. Take a look at your hairdo when you wake up in the morning. You'll see exactly what I'm talking about. Everything tends toward chaos. But the textbook says, boys and girls, we are getting better. Humans probably evolved from bacteria that lived more than 4 billion years ago. Was your great-great-great-great-great-great-great-great-great-great-great-great-great-great-grandpa a bacteria? How about this textbook? I didn't write any of this, folks. Watch this now. This one says, it shows a picture of a fossil starfish, and it says, 3.4 billion years old, the remains of the early ancestors of modern human beings.